Good afternoon, folks. It's Robert Chappell, Executive Editor of Madison365 with your daily updates for today, which is Tuesday, October 12th. Possibly the last day of the Milwaukee Brewers season. They play today at 4:15 in Game 4 of the NLDS. If they lose today, they are eliminated from the playoffs. Eric Lauer gets the start after coming in a couple innings of relief yesterday. If they win, they'll be back in Milwaukee for Game 5, for the decisive Game 5 on Thursday. Coming to you a little bit early, partly because of that, partly because Ford Madison plays at 4 o'clock, and I need to watch that to cover it. And up in New England for a rematch of a game to a team they lost to just 2 weeks ago. And yeah, got some other stuff going on too. So here we are early today, but we do have all the information we need. We got the state COVID updates, which actually look kind of okay, right? The one sort of most important measure, which is these percentage of positive tests, is still 8.7. Although the 10th, which is Sunday, has been retroactively revised up to 9.2% of all tests in the 7 days leading up to last Sunday were positive. But right now it's at 8.7 for today, which is the same as it was yesterday. So that's kind of stagnant, just a little bit under 9%. I don't like that. It's really, really high. It's way too high. But it is not getting worse very quickly, right? It was stuck at 8% for a long time. And then it was like at 8.5%. Now it's like 8.7%. So it's kind of inching its way upward, right? Which basically means we have a lot of cases and not enough testing, right? We have a lot of testing. We're still doing like 30,000 tests a day, even without the community testing sites being open. But as is turning out to be the case across the country, there's just never been enough good, easily accessible testing, which drives up the percentage of positive tests. Now, sorry, I'm going to turn off my phone here so it's making noise, any more ESPN noises. The number of new confirmed cases on a 7-day average basis actually fell quite a lot. It was 2,499 yesterday. Today it's 2,403. So almost 100 fewer today in terms of the 7-day average. Today on its own, we report 2,810 new cases, which is still on the high side. But even with that, 2,800 new cases today, the 7-day average actually fell by 100. So that's good. We like to see that. The other piece of okay news is the total number of hospitalizations is down again. It is 1,170. Yesterday it was 1,179. So not down by a lot, but down by a little bit. The ICU patients, however, is down by 7. Now 310 currently hospitalized in intensive care units. The one number that got worse is the daily average of deaths. And this is not unexpected. We knew that this number would continue to go up even as the cases fell down, because there's a lag of about a month from an increase in cases to an increase in deaths. That's just the nature of how this works. Not only does it take a while for the disease to run its course, it takes several weeks for those deaths to be reported into the state data. So our daily average of deaths is now 16, with 39 new confirmed deaths today. That's the most we've seen in a while. I think there was one day last week we had 34. So 39 deaths in a day is enough to really impact the daily average, when it was 13 yesterday and today it's 16. So I would expect that to continue to go up slightly for another couple of weeks. If the cases continue to go down, that daily average of deaths will start to come down again in another month or so from now, which will be good. To be honest with you, 16 is still lower than I thought it would be at this point. So that's good. That is basically all I have for you on COVID today. We're going to take a short pause. We'll be back with a couple other news items and an opportunity for you to vote for this year's Community Choice Awards. We'll talk a little bit about that when we come back right after this. All right, we are back. Today, we have a preview of something that's happening on October 23rd. This is Jacqueline Hunt. If you're a Madison person, you might know who Jacqueline Hunt is. She's one of those people who just anytime there's trouble, she shows up. She's there to help. She's always doing something. And she runs an organization called Foster. She's a drug and alcohol abuse counselor. That's kind of her day job. And otherwise, she's just sort of a community health person, a community activist, community helper. And she's having a fundraiser for Foster. She jumped right in when the pandemic started. She jumped right in to get people connected with food and resources and everything when the pandemic just ground everything to a halt. And that is still reverberating in a lot of communities, right? A lot of communities still having trouble finding jobs, etc. So Foster's having this fundraiser, and they're making it adult prom. Because not only do they want to make some money for the organization and for the cause, but they're trying to help people who, for whatever reason, never got to go to prom. A lot of people, just never did. So formal attire required, right? You got a week and a half. It's October 23rd. So you got a week and a half to find your tux and your gown and everything. She is soliciting donations of like prom dresses, bridesmaids dresses, that kind of thing. So people who even now can't afford that can have that. But it's $50 for a person, $80 for a couple. And there's going to be other fundraising activities, and donations will be welcome. And I'll to do that work for Foster. Also, today we have Sheila Stubbs, Assembly Member Sheila Stubbs, that's her on the left there, along with Senator LaTanya Johnson, have introduced a package of legislation to try to address maternal disparities in maternal health. In Wisconsin, we had a story about this over the summer. In Wisconsin, a Black woman is 5 times as likely to die in childbirth than a white woman. It's just a remarkably bad and unacceptable disparity. And there's lots of factors that go into that. So Sheila Stubbs and LaTanya Johnson have introduced what they're calling the Birth Equity Act, which, according to their press announcement, is designed to disrupt inequities in maternal and child health by supporting Black, Brown, and Indigenous mothers and infants. They have appeared with Katrina Morrison, who's the Health Equity Director for the Wisconsin Alliance for Women's Health. That's who you can see. That's who Sheila Stubbs is with here. And you can see Katrina at the Wisconsin Leadership Summit next week. If you want to register for that, we can talk about that in a minute also. They had a press conference today to announce this. And the specifics about what this does is on the website. If you go to Madison365.org right now, you can see the story, but basically it expands insurance coverage, removes financial burdens, and increases access to full spectrum healthcare for Black and Brown women in that whole maternal process, right? Which is a big issue and a big thing. Now, one other thing I want to mention today, it is the Wisconsin Leadership Summit next week. If you want to get in on that, it's Wisconsin. I'm going to put a link in the comments here. It's $49 for a whole week, 25 panels, all people of color on the panels. It's a good opportunity for us white folks just to sit and listen for once, right? That's not our natural inclination necessarily, but it's a good opportunity to do that. It's a good opportunity for people of color to be truly authentic and speak authentically from the heart, and it's a professional development. It's networking, it's community building. There's topics on health, education, business, career, ethnic affinity panels, that kind of stuff. So check it out, and you can register. Again, it's for the whole week of panels, all online this year, just as it was last year for obvious reasons. $49 full price. There's breaks for students and breaks for government and nonprofit employees. Finally, today, though, part of that is we recognize people who are doing the good work in the community with the Wisconsin Leadership Community Choice Awards. The finalists, we just announced the finalists today. I'm putting a link in the comments so you can go vote. There's, I think, 8 categories. Social Justice Leader of the Year, Man of Excellence, Woman of Excellence, Nonprofit of the Year, Nonprofit Executive of the Year, all that kind of stuff. And you can vote right now. Everybody gets one vote. You don't have to vote in every category. If you don't know who anybody is in a category, just you can skip that one. But go to that link. You can vote, and then we'll announce those. You can vote now till Friday. We'll announce those over the weekend, and then we're going to have a Facebook Live award show next Friday night, right at the end of the summit. So that is all for today. And it is a beautiful evening, so I hope you get out and enjoy it. And we'll be back tomorrow, more normal time, probably more like 5 o'clock tomorrow, with the update. We'll have the It's Only 10 Minutes podcast tomorrow morning, so don't miss that. And until then, we will see you right back here tomorrow. Have a great evening. See you soon.
This is 365 Media.